During this segment, we're going to make an octagonal cremation urn of approximately 250 cubic inches. The way you figure the volume that you need for your urns is based on the pre-cremation weight of the individual you're making the urn for. So a friend of mine, who I hope doesn't use this for a long, long time, needs about 250 inches, and that's what we're going to make. I've got some oak here that I planed down for another project. It's still too thick for this one. I'm going to take this down to a ½ an inch. Then I'm going to go to my joiner and make sure everything's nice and straight on the edges. And once I get it down to a ½ an inch, we'll start back over to the table saw and cut everything. Got to do something. I'm going to rip this side off, and then I'll turn around and go short point, short point. Okay, to do this setup's a little different, at least the way I do it's a little different. I make me a mark on the bottom of the board here at 2½ inches to my short point, and then I come in and make my adjustments to the fence this way. I've made that adjustment already, so now it's just a matter of ripping these two boards. Cut. I have set this up so that I'm 7 inches from my stop to the laser line. Now, I've already squared this into the board, keeping my hands back out of the way. And I'll make 8 cuts that should all be the same size exactly, because I've got the fence set up and we're cutting to the line. And now we start the glue up process. As you can see, I've got my stock laid out here. I've got 3 pieces of painter's tape, which will just about cover the whole surface. You want to know how to clamp it? It's the best way to clamp it. This paint or painter's tape will stretch enough to make your bond nice and tight. And what I'm going to do at this point is take a scraper and put just a little bit of glue, very thin coat, on both sides of each piece. You also notice I've got a straight edge attached to the table, and what I'm going to use that for is to butt my stock up against so that I keep the bottoms and tops aligned during the glue up process. Very critical that you keep those aligned, because when you go back and put your tops and bottoms on, if you overcut it or let it slide, not overcut it, but if you've overcut it, crap, there I go again. If you have let it slide, you will not get a good seal on your urn. I take that piece and I put it up against my stock and I press it down on the tape. And I continue doing this process for all 8 pieces. Now we have all our surfaces glued. What we're going to do is roll this up into the octagon. It gets a little tricky here sometimes, so just kind of be patient with it and work it. That's what she wants you to do, is just work it slowly. And as you work it slowly, you usually like to get about halfway and then pick up from the other side and fold them in together. And it's nice and tight, so we get to pull her on in here. There we go. You gotta pull him into place a little bit. Sometimes you have to get a little ugly with it. Put a little more pressure on it than you really want to. But it's an inanimate object, so it can't hit back. Now you want to massage your joints so they're nice and tight, nice and snug. And she's coming right on together. And the bottom's nice and tight, so we're not going to mess with it. There is your cylinder. as you can see, I've removed the clamps, or actually the tape. And now we're going to sand this down to 220 before we go any further. Okay, we've got everything sanded down. Now it's time to make the top and the bottom. They're going to be two identical pieces. So the first thing you're going to do is get the measurement out to out on your unit. And then you want a 1/2 inch overhanger, at least that's what I prefer. So my measurement right now is 6 5/8, which means I'm going to make a 7 5/8 inch square. I've got some oak that's already been milled, and we're going to make it 3/4 inches thick. So that's twice. Bear with me. I just went back over and remeasured. It's not 6 5/8, it's 6 3/4. So now we're going to have to set our saw up here at 6 3/4, plus an inch is 7 3/4. Raise your blade up so that it just barely clears your stock again. As you can see, we don't have much to cut off here. I made. And if you'll notice on these cuts, I always push my piece of stock past the saw blade. If you don't, and as you can see, I have my stop set up for the fence. Now I'm going to rip, or not rip, but cross cut 2 pieces off of here and make sure we got the square end, and we do. As you can see, I've made some 1/2 inch reference marks so that when I set my cylinder up here, I can reference it. But once you're there, you want to go ahead and trace around the outside and around the inside. Now, even though you've measured precisely and you know everything's perfect, I'm going to tip you to something right here. Your cuts aren't always exactly the same. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and recess the top down in a 1/4 inch. And the way we're going to do that is I'm going to number this as 1. I'm going to put a 1 inside with an arrow pointing to it. Then I'm going to do a 2, and the same thing, inside with an arrow pointing to it. So what I do is I take my handy dandy tape measure, in this case my steel tape or my steel rule, and I make a mark at a 1/2 inch. It will give me my offset for my first cut. Regroup a little bit. The first thing you have to do is make this cut at 45 degrees, and I've used my laser to line it up on the pencil mark that we made. Okay, once again, I have got my handy dandy angle jig out, or finder out here, and I want to go 11 degrees. I use a tenon jig for this operation because I can get it adjusted where I want it in order to make my cuts. Now I want from go to 1/2 inch. Reason being, we've still got to take out enough so that our lid fits down inside the container. So what I'm going to do now, flat on the table, flat against the stop, and make sure everything's square, and the blade's a little bit high. You don't want your blade coming completely out of the top of the cut. And we're going to let it down a little bit, right about there. I'm just eyeballing this thing. There's no secret. And there you have the top. Now let's go to making our recesses for the bottom and top to fit. And just before you edit this out, at this point you go, hey dumbass, why don't you use the right tool for the job instead of putting your fingers down here. Now we repeat the operation on this board. Okay, we got two things to do here. We got to bring the saw blade up until it's even with the top of this cut. So once we've got this set, we know that this is an inch and 1/16 deep because that's where we cut it. So now we want to set the table saw up so that it's 1 1/16 to the outside of the blade. Everything. So it should drop right into place. Let's go over here and see what we got. We've got 1 and 2. Look at there. Perfect fit. And here, minus finish and sanding, or sanding and finish, here's our cremation urn. We